Welcome back to my channel. My name's China. I just wanted to talk about today mistakes I've made as a beginner crocheter because I feel like it's really easy to make these few mistakes that I'm going to talk about because you just get really excited about the whole process of crochet and it's very overwhelming at first. At least it was for me. So mistake number one, do not go overboard on the materials. Like if you're just starting out, you don't need a fancy hook. You don't need a bunch of different size hooks. You don't need like a ton of different yarns. What I learned is get like, there's one on Amazon that I found that's like easy or beginner yarn for, I just searched like yarn for beginner crocheter and it's like this easy yarn. I don't know how to explain it, but let me find it. So it's like this material of yarn and it's very easy to work with. And I could not get like even my chain down until I started practicing with this, and then I was able to move on to like acrylics and different kinds of yarn, but that makes a huge difference as a beginner. So I would just recommend start out with a yarn like this and get like a bigger hook. Like the bigger the hook, the easier it is to work with, but really I would say like a 5 or 5.5. That's all I used for a long time in the beginning. Mistake number two, stick with one project at a time. And I feel like that's a hard thing for even like expert crocheters, which it's different for an expert, I feel like, but for a beginner, it's like it gets so overwhelming because like for me, I would start one project and then I would get discouraged, so then I would look up and be like, "Oh, this one looks easier, so I'll set this one aside." And then you just get to the point where you're like not finishing things and then you forget the stitch that you learned. So I would recommend just try to, at least for your first project, like pick one thing and do it from start to finish. Even if it's not perfect, like your first things are not going to be perfect. Try to stick with one thing at a time so you can actually like make progress, because that is such a good feeling to like actually start something from scratch and finish it. Mistake number three, learn how to hold your hook properly. I was getting such bad hand cramps in the beginning because I was just gripping my hook so tightly, and also I just feel like I had it in a weird position. I got this one. I mean, there's so many hooks out there, but this is one that I really like. It's from Clover Amore. I got it at Michael's. And this is a H or a 5 millimeter hook. And it's a ergonomic one, so it is like made to be more comfortable. I think that's what that means. But yeah, just for me personally, I tend to, so if you do your slip knot, I tend to hold mine like that. But just, it was really for me, the problem was my grip. Like, I don't know why I was holding it so tightly. So if you're noticing like your hand is starting to cramp up after not doing much at all, then that's probably why. So just make sure you have the right size hook first and that it's comfortable in your hand, but also like how tight you're holding it makes a big difference. And then my last mistake that I don't want you to make, that's kind of cheesy, but just have fun and don't put too much pressure on yourself. Like when I first got into crochet, I did it because I saw people making like cardigans like this, and I did not make this. I bought it, but I immediately was like, "Oh, I want to make something like that." But it's like, don't expect that from yourself when you're first starting out. Like literally to make a chain was like a huge accomplishment for me. To get my slip knot down, the magic ring was like awful for a long time, but now I can do it fairly easily. I have to watch a video like over one more time to get it down still, but I can do it. But yeah, it's like don't expect to make like a whole wardrobe or even a stuffed animal. I started out really wanting to make a stuffed animal. I still have not made a stuffed animal, but I will. I'm hoping this year will be the year that I finally make my kids each their stuffed animal, because they've both given me requests for stuffed animals and I have not made one yet. But yeah, just have fun and don't put too much pressure on yourself. But let me know in the comments what your mistakes were as a beginner crocheter and if you have any tips and tricks for anybody else who's just starting out. And please subscribe for more videos about crochet. In my next video, I'm going to show and finish my current whip, so please stay tuned for that and follow along. Have a good day. Bye.